Hello and welcome to another episode of Honest and Malt in 2026 now.
Happy New Year, Duncan.
Bon New Year, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're back. Sorry for a break. You know, we're doing stuff like enjoying Christmas.
Getting old, getting ill.
January admin.
What else have you done? You've done a few bits, haven't you?
Well, bought a house.
Bought a house.
Emptying
casually.
it out. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the whiskey attic.
Yeah.
So,
because you can't just buy a house. You have to buy a house full of property.
Yeah, they left everything behind. Everything. They moved out and they went, do you mind if we leave a few bits? I went, yeah. But a few bits, okay. Take the things you said you'd take. And if you want to leave a few things, we'll put them in a conservatory or garage for you. You can keep them for a bit. On the day, they were like, we're taking these suitcases. Like, everything else? They were like,
when's the lorry coming?
We'll come back for that. I was like, So it's taken about a month of clearing out 38 years of stuff across a whole family. And to compound the issue, they were hoarders.
Dirty hoard.
Well, I found some interesting stuff. There's a kilt. There's an actual kilt and one of those Scottish pouches that you stick on the front of the kilt.
Try it on. You'll have
I've got a Burns book full of poetry. I've got some whiskey books I've inherited. I've got a couple of very nice Glenmoe Capitas. I've got a drinks cabinet. Could be worse, you know.
Silver lining,
isn't it? Sort through the things. What is the name of the episode today, my friends?
I'll be honest, I don't know what episode number we're on. Couldn't tell you.
Cool that. I think it's like 105-ish.
Let's just say, for shits and giggles, this is episode 105, 2025 review. We're still alive. Lots of ives.
Yeah, still
we'll just
alive.
chuck out of there.
We're going to do top drams of 2025.
Yeah.
And Mike's going to help me to plan my new whiskey attic. Very excited. The backdrop's going to get a lot better in about a couple of weeks.
And no more fucking noise from outside, hopefully.
Less noise. Well, it's higher up. So
yeah,
hopefully, I think the house is a bit more insulated than the flat. We'll see.
Yeah.
I won't be short of choice of glasses, that's for sure. There's a lot of glasses that have been left. So cool. So, also on that, whilst we're talking about the house, they left behind a lot of decanters. So I now got about 13 or 14 different types of decanter. So
everyone loves a decanter.
I feel compelled to just pour 14 bottles of whiskey into decanters. And I did actually use a decanter over Christmas for the first time. I think inspired by my new decanter haul. I poured a bottle of Glengoyne 15 into a decanter on Christmas Eve or something. And it's like a statement of intent. You're saying, this will get drunk.
Has to.
No Got to get drunk. Can't last more than sort of 3-4 days before it starts to sort of go a bit there.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
The only thing I will say, if you've got like a decent decanter, if you can get hold of one of the old, what's the name of it? Do you remember there was a whiskey, and there was only 2 editions I think came out, and it had like granite in the lid.
Granite in the lid?
Yeah. The name, it was really good. Peter.
Do you know, listen, I'll check the decanters. It's possible I might have a granite decanter amongst my new collection of decanters.
And I've taken the lid off this whiskey bottle because it's a really chunky thing, and it fits perfectly in the decanter and keeps it airtight. So you can decant and it'll stay forever.
Right.
I'll find the name and insert it here or there, wherever we are.
Somewhere in the video.
Yeah.
Granite decanters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will, well, at some point, I will be able, I imagine I will probably have this decanter collection somewhere on my extensive whiskey shelves behind my desk. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be one of those people that has a bit like Tupads there, you know, a bit of a wang out collection in the background.
Yeah.
Not sure what to do with my whiskey fridges, to be honest. Probably keep 1 or 2 of them. Probably put everything else just on the shelves.
Yeah. Bin them off, mate.
It's good for the heat in the summer. If nothing else, it gives me peace of mind. The bottles are staying at consistent temperature. Stuff's going to be drunk. Yeah. So what's been in your glass and what's been up your arse then?
What's been in my glass is I did a little video on my own, which was weird.
I saw that.
Really weird. Didn't like it, but like
it's strange, isn't it?
It felt so fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Which you could probably tell because I like whipped.
You were talking about that Aldi whiskey, right?
Aldi Kentucky Reserve 6-year-olds, $14.99 at the moment. 100%.
Is that what it is? $14.99.
6 years old, 43%. And I'm telling you, it's bourbon, Buffalo Trace.
Table whiskey. I mean,
It didn't even last on the table, mate. I fucking went through it.
I love a bit of 43%. That Glengoyne 15 was 43%. You can absolutely smash it.
Tricks, you know, tricks. It was tricksy.
The whiskey equivalent of a pint of Carling, but maybe slightly better tasting.
Yeah. So that's been in my glass. What else have I been drinking? Low ABV, mate. I've been on low ABV, like Jameson's and fucking Cutty Sarks. Just nothing.
Love a bit of Cutty.
Just to take the edge off of a fucking life.
I still do the thing when I reach in the cupboard and go 46%, and I'm like, oh, and then I finish that bottle, and then I finish the other 46% bottle, and then I'm back to 60% cast strength. I'm like, oh, I haven't got enough 46% stuff.
Yeah. So that's been in my glass, mate. I don't know if you asked, but I'm going to say what's been up my ass.
Yeah, what's been up your ass? Yeah.
Guess what fucking went on the weekend?
Hang on. Wi-Fi, electricity, water. You're in Kent. Water.
Separate matter. That's a double fucking whammy. You know, I've had a leak under my drive for ages.
Yeah. Which
still
is your
leaking.
fault.
Still leaking. There was a man in a hole, and he's like, I still haven't reached the pipe, mate. This is like 2 meters deep now. So they're having to come back in a month.
North Sea drilling in your drive. Just like a rig set up.
They're looking at 2.5, 3 meters down to find the fucking pipe
it.
Work.
Yeah.
I went,
like diamond
I'm
drill
getting
bits.
your drive out of this, aren't I? And he went, yeah, probably.
So is it a total mess at the moment out the front of yours?
At the moment, no. Covered up by plyboards and yellow buckets full of stone and type 1.
Can't be that bad then, can it?
So it's all it's a neat mess. No, but my back went again.
Oh, do you know what I was about to say? Your back.
Yeah.
That was my next thing, water, then the back.
And it's like, this is now third or fourth time it's gone. And I'm like,
Is it bad?
So rang GP, got another MRI in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, you need to have a look at it for my own sanity more than anything else, because this doesn't feel good again. Hey ho, might have another summer off work at this rate.
Does that mean you spent most of Christmas horizontal then? Or
no, it was only like this weekend that it's properly gone, but it's like there's been
sitting
little,
up now?
Yeah. It's little incidents. Like it's hurting.
Wasn't the old laptop charger?
No, changing Isla's nappy.
It's not funny. It wasn't the old laptop charger in the wall again.
Changing a nappy, mate. That's what fucking done me this time.
It's terrible if it goes when you're changing a nappy. That's
so bad.
Really, it's not even heavy.
It's not the first. It's not the first time.
So it's just the position, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, back for an MRI. More physio booked in. Fucking put a pin in it. We might have #floor drams might be coming back.
Drams from the floor.
So anyway, that's what's been in my glass. What's been in your glass?
We'll do a sympathy episode where we're all just lying down with you, like a little straw in the glass.
That's not. I like that. Yeah.
We'll join you. We'll hire out.
What's been up your ass? I've had enough on my back.
We'll hire out a hall where people can just come. Just like we can all just lie down on the floor together and drink drams.
People would probably pay more for that.
I've had so much in my glass. I think I'm the counter opposite of you. I had an absolute whiskey Christmas. Loved it. I mean, a little bit of port, a little bit of wine, but a lot of whiskey. In the run up to Christmas, I went out with John Boy, a.k.a. John from Tringford, Strong Hand.
Yeah.
And we went to an old and rare tasting. We tried a 1950s Dimple, 1968 Glenlivet, 1981 Milton Duff. I'm reading them out because I can't remember. 1985 Glenbergie, 1974 Highland Park, and 1980 Port Ellen. And I wanted to say the Port Ellen. No, do you remember that? No, yeah, they were funny. I wouldn't say shit, but borderline. But you remember that Welsh whiskey that time that we tried, and we were like Savaloy and greasy chip paper and all that kind of stuff. Might as well have been
Coles.
Coles. It might as well have been Coles. Whereas the Highland Park was incredible, so fruity, no smoke whatsoever, super buttery, just completely unlike Highland Park of today. And actually a couple of them were quite buttery, and the Dimple was wild. So that was really interesting. I got back into Old Perth. I think it's not it's not a whiskey from the PX edition. It's not a whiskey from 2025. I mean, I think it was released in 2024. But
is it like one of their blends?
Yeah, it's a blended malt. The PX one, it's 50-ish%. And I just think that's an absolutely marvellous thing. I banged a bottle of that in about 3 days with friends, people sharing it. I have to say, shout out to the, a lot of people, they're always like the Tamdhu. Duncan loves Tamdhu. I did indeed open up a bottle of Tamdhu 15 on Christmas Eve, as well as the Glengoyne 15. I let people And I let the people decide.
Let the people
decide at Christmas. So all the guests that were around, which one will they keep going to? Tamdu 15. That's what they went for. Yeah. I had 4 or 5 bottles out, and that was the one they smashed.
Complete novices, I assume.
Yeah, people that some of them like whiskey, but they don't really know much about whiskey. Yeah, I guess. Anyway, that was what was popular. I christened the new house with finishing off a bottle of Glendronach 21.
I wondered what the fuck you were going to say there.
Every room,
show
Mike,
off.
Every room. Glendronach 21, 2021. Parliament. And just a shout to say, if you've got a bottle of that in the cupboard, okay, it might be worth a couple of $100 in an auction or whatever. Fuck that, drink it. It is exceptional. If you can afford to, drink it. Open it up. 2021, 2020, 2022. Get it open. That's when it's 25, 26, 27 years old.
Same applies for the 18s.
Same applies, but slightly earlier then, wasn't it? It was more like 2018 when the 18 peaked, whereas the 21 peaked around 2022, I think. But, just so good. And I had a mate come over who hadn't seen the house yet, and it was when it was all still full of stuff, and we just sat on the sofa before we cleared it out. And he's an absolute fiend. And he'd already been on the booze. And I took over, a third of the bottle that was left. I thought we'd just have a dram each. And we absolutely smashed it. And he's like, get it done. Get it. Come on, Duncan. What else have you got? I'm like, oh, okay. Then what are the else? That's it. That's it. Now. We've just done a Brave New Spirits, but we'll come on to that. What's been up my arse is obviously the house clearance. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. I think we spent 80 plus hours already clearing this house out. It's a big deal. They had over 1,000 books.
I would have burned the fucking
Spanish vinyl. Spanish vinyl, clothes, everything was left. Towels.
Have you got the Spanish vinyl?
Yeah, of course.
Mate, let's use that for some audio somehow. Have you got a vinyl player?
I do now. I have a Biogram 1980s. I now have a Biogram 19 Bang & Olufsen vinyl player. Very good one. Yeah. I
nice.
Do. I have a nice. I found a book from 1916, Petticoat Lane as well.
We're gonna, mate. You need to record some samples. We'll do something.
It's been like Pan's Labyrinth looking around there.
See, I couldn't handle that with my fucking ADHD because I would just be like.
But you couldn't handle it with your back. So this is what I was getting onto with my arse. So they had this big being up my arse. They had this big leather suede sofa. The ones where every single section of the sofa is one of those ones where you can put your feet up. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
The metal underneath. So at one point, it was expensive, really run down. And so Maria, my wife, she said, look, my wife put sofa outside. So the sofa's outside and it's rained a lot and the suede's taken on a lot of the water and the foam. So I was clearing it out and my wife's dad was helping me. And I said, if anything really heavy, I'll just pretty much do it myself. I don't want you to hurt yourself because he's getting old now. But he's got a trailer and he likes to get stuck in. I respect that. He likes to graft. So we're there clearing it out and we're taking the smaller section of the sofa, which was pretty hard, down the garden, up into the trailer, then to the eco centre, and then you got to offload it. That was all fine. But this one big section, which is probably about 2 meters, and I went to him, what's this, Dave, like 50 kilograms? He was like, 50? This is more like 80 or 100 kilograms. And I was like, actually, probably was. It was like lifting a dead person, except you couldn't really grip it properly. So we managed to get it in the trailer. I'm doing all the heavy bits because I really don't want him to hurt himself. I certainly don't want him to do his back, Mike.
No, you don't.
Not at his age.
No.
And we get it to the eco centre. And, when you're trying to get rid of these things, they've got a fence, almost like they're laying down the gauntlet and saying, if you can't lift it up onto this fence and over, it's probably too much to be getting rid of here. Yeah. It's like a challenge. So I'm there. I've gone, Dave, just let me do this one. I was like, don't mean to hurt yourself, And I'm trying to deadlift it off the floor, but the grip's struggling. I've got it up, and when you're just trying to get it to tip over, yeah. I had that moment, one, because I don't usually deadlift to sort of, let's say it's 80 kilograms or 100 kilograms, some region. I don't usually sort of deadlift that way anyway these days. So it was already a struggle.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't really grip it properly. And I remember seeing him and move his hands. That sort of freaked me out a bit. I was like, what are you doing? Because I've got the weight here.
Yeah.
And he was saying something to me and I was like trying to concentrate, but I was also saying me think I was going to black out. And as I went, shit, I'm going to drop it. It's so heavy. I need to adjust myself. And I tried to adjust it. And there was a point, when everything slows down.
Yeah.
Where the entire weight of the sofa was just on this thumb.
Nice.
And what I learned was this. I can't be that Chinese guy in Instagram videos doing thumb push-ups. If I ever had a chance, if there was ever a chance of me being that guy
That
doing thumb
out-of-body
push-ups,
sort of like strength one-off thing, you were like, if it came to it, I would do it. And you're going, no,
I couldn't do it. So basically this thumb, which was already mangled, like you see the joint, right? It was already mangled. I think it went almost fully back. I'm sure I did ligaments in it or something. It was absolutely brutal. And I was just cursing afterwards. But on the upside, everybody at all of the recycling centres in this area and what people call the dump, they're all lovely. Great staff, super helpful, except when you're trying to deadlift that sofa. Even they know that was, they're like, I'm not doing my back for that fella. So yeah.
Don't know who you are, don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, I call it broken thumb. It's not broken. I wish it was. I could probably get it reset. Do you want to break it for me? That would, maybe I should break it.
More than happy to.
Yeah. So we did Brave New Spirits now, didn't we?
Brave New Spirits, yeah. What do you reckon?
I wasn't sure on the first two. The last three were very good. Yeah, I wasn't sure on the first two. A bit vinegary / acidic for me. But I would say the Bunnahabhain, the Ardmore, and even the Cameron Bridge North British one, all very good. Particularly the Ardmore. I bought a bottle, and I don't usually do that. So I went on Master Malt and I bought a bottle. The Ardmore was a battle between Cognac Cask, which was the first fill, and then it was finished in the Freud.
Yeah.
And it really felt like a duel between the two. You had the raisins and the apricots coming through for me, and then you had the Freud smoky medicinal peat coming through, and I thought it was excellent.
That I loved. I said it was just pure cherries and fucking smoke. And I'm like, you don't need anything else in a dram for me. That was like lovely.
It's one of the better Ardmores I've tried.
Yeah. I thought every single one of those was great. Loved them all. There was all something different about them. The Bunnahabhain for me was outstanding.
It's so gentle, wasn't it?
It was the nose. I was like, oh my God, this is like idyllic. I tasted that. Fuck me, bush, ABV, smoke, like get in there. Yeah. And then it sort of just settled into all this like amazingness. Yeah. So if I was going to buy one, I'd probably buy the Bunnahabhain, but I haven't looked at the price. How much was the Ardmore?
£64-ish on Master Malt. The Bunnahabhain was more like 100.
Yeah. Thing is, it's good and it's hard to fucking.
You can get Stayocious for a bit less though.
Yeah.
Whereas that Ardmore's for me either amazing or shit, no in between. I thought the Tully Bardeen was too Tully Bardeen, and I'm not a fan of that distillery. I was getting, the cardboard was coming through, and just I thought the nose was pretty good on it, but the palate wasn't so good. If you're a fan of that distillery, you probably really like it, but it's just not for me. Whereas the Bunna, Stayosha, classic, really good example of I think that was first fill, First fill bourbon.
So. Yeah, it was, yeah.
And great use of the cognac and the Freud cask on the Ardmore.
Yes.
Yeah,
and also, you bought a bottle of that. I'll taste that at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice. I said that this time because we've done this with Brave New Spirits before, and I've loved one or two of their bottles in the tasting and then not bought the bottle and then regretted it later. So this time I was like, I won't make the same mistake again. If I really rate one of these bottles, I'll just get it,
Yeah, well, I said it on the tasting. I was like, they are just so consistent.
Yeah, they are. And they're also
like picking great stuff. Like
doing interesting stuff as well, I think. Like, so credit to them. Yeah.
Nailing it. So, yeah.
That,
Steve
we should
Rush,
read the full...
Great tasting, Steve.
Great tasting, big Steve Rush. We should read the full details out of those two. So one was Whiskey Heroes, the unpronounceable Bunnahabhain 11-year-old, which is matured in the first for the American bourbon barrel. Strength 48.2%. Mike's going to look for his tasting notes now. And the other one was Whiskey of Voodoo, the Smoking Curse, Ardmore 8-year-old, blended. It says blended grain Scotch whiskey, so I guess they've done something interesting there. But strength 52.8%. It's a single malt Scotch whiskey, so I'm not sure. Maybe they've just printed it wrong on the card. I would think that that's just Ardmore single malt that's been done in two types of cask, cognac and the Freud.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
For the Bunna, what did I say? Nose, burnt sticky toffee. Sticky toffee? Burnt sticky toffee pudding in a very good way. A caramel, vanilla, rice pudding, figs, bloody lush. Bloody lush,
bloody lush, mate.
Lush, it is, eh? And then palate, I just put mega, smoky, fruity, juicy, malty. I don't have to say anything else. This is outstanding.
Yeah, that's good.
That was my tasting notes. Very simple and to the point.
I've just looked at what I said for the nose on the Smoking Curse. That's the Ardmore. But wow, nose, cognac and the Freud, dueling for attention, medicinal peat, smoke, apricots, raisins. Greek yogurt. I was not expecting that. Lemon brine creme caramel.
I did some right wanky notes today. I was well happy with myself.
Yeah,
I made SM and WS look fucking boring.
That's what happens when you get excited and you haven't like been, trying interesting whiskey for a while. You've been having a break and just drinking, 43%, 6-year-old, Buffalo.
Yeah. So well done, Steve. Well done, Brave New Spirits. Great tasting as always. Fucking loved it. Lush it was. Lush.
All right. So top drams of 2025. Everybody else has done it. And, people are just waiting for ours now, basically, aren't they?
Yeah. That's what everyone's been waiting around for.
I would shoot and say, I've tried some of the best whiskey in my life in 2025. Whether it's the Oldham Rare, whether it's through friends, whether it was the Glen Scotia 50-year-old and the Loch Lomond 50-year-old. I mean, in terms of like prestigious whiskey, or whether it was, that night at Pete's, big shout out Pete, where I just did like half of if I had a bucket list, I did half of my bucket list in one night. But for me, top drams of 2025 is a bottle that I could buy in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bottle which is, in the realms of affordable. There's no point saying one of my top drams of 2025 was a Loch Lomond 50-year-old that no one's ever going to try. There's 100 bottles of. What's the point? Don't get me wrong. Great experience.
Yeah.
Or some 31-year-old Springbank that, again, no one's going to get hold of that probably costs, 1,500 quid or whatever, or $2,000. So no point. But I would say personally, my best year for whiskey ever, 2025. Ever.
Yeah. I had some sort of like, my list is comprised of things that I wasn't expecting to be outstanding, didn't expect to be on the list. I couldn't then not put them on the list once I tasted them. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, they are fucking class. And yeah, where do you want to start?
You've got more Welsh since you went home over Christmas. That's where I want to start.
I've just been shouting in Welsh, so it's triggered something.
I think you start. I've got 10 written down. I want to get it down to 5.
I had 10 written down. I can't find my fucking list.
Before we did this
20 minutes at least.
Before we did this pod, Mike's messaged me on December the 13th because we had a wee break over Christmas. Don't even notice that. It's been like 5 weeks. Mike's messaged me on December the 13th. He's gone, Duncan, I've done my top 10 drams. And I was like, great. That's great. I was like, fuck, I should probably do my top 10 drams. And then today, Mike's like, can't find it. Don't know where it is. It's checking everywhere. I went to make a coffee. I cleaned the place. Came back, still hasn't found it. I was like, can you remember? Can you remember what they are? He's like, whoa.
But I have something. I looked around because
I think your whiskey power is in your back. And when your back goes, you lose your whiskey power. I think that's what it is.
I'm just overworked, tired, and not sleeping. So I'm just generally an idiot. But so my whiskey of the year, 2025, I'm going to hold it up to the camera.
Oh, yeah. It's an SMWS.
Is it going to focus? Maritime Drift.
Oh, 31-year-old.
31-year-old, which is kind of going against what we just said in terms of affordability and everything else. But 31-year-old Kalila.
Where did you try that?
Whiskey Live Madrid. So got with the Spanish, so the SMWS boys that were over in Madrid for the show. And yeah, they said, try this. And I was like, yeah, I'll try. I was like, oh my God.
What was so special about that one then for you then?
Fucking just the absolute perfect whiskey. Like Kalila, but not a super like smoky bomb because it's like the age. Still enough in there. God knows how it's kept it in there over the years. But it just had every different taste element you could possibly think was just slowly like popping in and out. And it was just like check.
It's lovely when older drams are layered.
Nothing bad about it whatsoever. Like no negative. So I was like, done. That's the fucking winner for me. 100%. So that was my number one. Number two.
Cask strength.
Probably to be knocking that out as quick as they're doing at that strength. That is now a core range.
I think they are putting some effort into it just in their defense.
Yeah, not like just casually fucking knocking out. Like, outstanding.
I think they're thinking
if you're missing any of these single casks or small batch stuffs, you don't need it, be honest. Like, you don't need them. Like, the Aquavite one we did was great. The Society one was great. They all sold out so quick. But this is something you're going to be able to pick up potentially forever.
It will change slightly because it's like Springbank in the sense that
batch variations.
Batch variation, like each 10, each 15 is a bit different. They're all similar, but a bit different, So it's going to be like that. So if you're a really big Ardnaho fan, and you're going to be buying each one, but you're always going to be able to buy it. So I'm going to agree with you on that one. I'm more than happy to put the 5-year-old cask strength, as one of mine too. If nothing else, it just sets a benchmark. It's putting a lot of pressure on the other Islay distilleries. It's saying that 5-year-old whiskey can taste that good.
Yeah.
And also they're making a sort of pretty affordable quality whiskey, which has also now become desirable, available, which is great, right? You can still buy it. It's still available. You can buy it. You don't have to panic. What are you showing there?
Number 3.
Number 4. That's enough. You've got with the big guns. Okay. Okay.
Again, once I've tasted them, I'm I can't not fucking bring these out. So it was called Red Wine and Brine in the Old Coal Mine. Love it. Coal, Welsh, loving it. 25-year-old Highland Park, finished in a red wine cask. It was unreal. Like, that was the VIP dram at the show, and I was in charge of the VIP drams. So, yeah, I had a fair bit of that, and it was fucking outstanding.
Did it help with your Spanish? Yeah?
No, well, in a way, because I spoke louder at people. Typical British.
You must try this.
Yeah. So, that was fucking outstanding. Really, really good whiskey. I never thought I'd fanboy on SMWS so hard, but everything they brought to that show, it just shows what they could do if they just narrowed the selection
they
down.
They do sometimes. They release a lot of whiskey.
They can't spice bombs and everything else. And
it can't all be winners.
Much.
It can't. Listen, it can't. Well,
they should be.
No independent bottler releases all winners. There's always some dross. It doesn't exist. There's always something that's a bit. Oh my God, it's like an entire SMWS loving.
Mannockmore, 28-year-old, Quince Charming.
Right.
I will get you some of this. Still available, I think. I think all of them are still available. If you check, it might cost you a fair bit.
Yeah. Break the old piggy bank.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I'm drinking at the moment in my glass. Just, it's an SMWS year, mate. I'm fucking loving them.
Mate,
these releases.
I'm a big SMWS fan. I'm a shareholder to the death. As it goes through the floor, I'll hold the shares.
But what came in number 5, end of the year, Blind Drams. I don't know if you were on it. And it was the Cadenhead. Was it a Kalila 6-year-old in Rioja? And it's the highest scoring dram ever on Blind Drams.
I saw that, yeah. And
it was.
But that's just testament to how good Rioja is. And again, how well.
What have we said?
Young
Rioja,
whiskey,
smoke.
ABV, smoke, peat, Rioja, 5, 6, 7 years old.
Show me the money.
When a certain distillery that might have already been mentioned releases an Honest to a Malt Rioja edition, it will be very popular.
It will be, and it will be good.
It will be good. It will be very popular.
Good. Yeah,
Rioja's so good. So, did you get in that one? Was there that tobacco and the cherry? Or was there something else going on? What were you getting in that?
I can't remember. I just remember tasting it and just being like, "Holy shit, this is outstanding."
Can you still buy that, or is that sold out now?
It was going to be an auction only one, unfortunately.
Sad times.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I can't, that top 5 or any one of those could have been number 1. And there could have been another 10 drams that could have on any other day dropped into that list.
Oh, it's been amazing year. It's been amazing year. I mean, as I was
just
saying,
from Ardnahoe alone, the Society's Aquaviti Roy's release was fucking unreal. The band release, I can't remember the name again. Skerryvore. Brilliant.
Because I called them Sherryvore, but
yeah, King Lassie, they were fucking brilliant bottles, and
that's a great transition because I put King Lassie on. I put the double matured in my top 5. So for me, I've gone for drams, which really surprised me, which I wasn't expecting. That I've got more than one bottle of, or just in some way has made me think. I think King Lassie, I think it's 46.8%. That there was the raw and the double matured, and the double matured is the one I think was Amontillado that I smashed first. But the raw equally, I think, is very close to it. And there's different whiskey. But whether it's the quality, the sort of Lamborghini presentation of the bottle, or just how unbelievably drinkable the whiskey is, it's so well balanced. There's enough going on to keep you interested, but not so much going on that it's overly like it's that you just reach for it. Is my point. And so
when Trump invades, mate.
Yeah.
This, by the way,
it's a
you
weapon.
can go to war with this.
Yeah, I've kept the cork. My cork storage is considerably heavier now. Yeah, so that was one for me.
Good choice. Yeah, It's on my extended list.
It was never really on my radar, but besides the sort of rye law, and I was so impressed. But it wasn't. Yeah, I was so impressed when we tried it, and I think that's become one now that I'll continue to drink. I think if you like Talisker, it's Heatherpeat, and you like Highland Park, I think you're going to love Kinglessy. Like, you really love it. Treat yourself. Don't overthink the price. Have a bottle. You'll be really impressed, is my view. I agree with the Idaho, so I put down Idaho. I think you could pick any of the releases, but I think the cask strength 5-year-old is a sort of mark in the sand for them. And so they sort of say a statement of intent, right? And it's just a relief to not have to chase special edition limited stuff to be able to get the sort of stronger, more interesting stuff. I think that's the main. It's a sort of relief, if anything. Now, I've opened up a bottle of this tonight. This is the second or third bottle I've had of this year. This was something which was done by Matt the Dramble with the London Distillery Company. And I just was really blown away by it. I remember how much I love Adnams. This is 75% Adnams, I think, and 25% Renaissance. Is I'm saying that right? Or
there was a weird way of, I was saying Renaissance, which is wrong, but Resonance?
No, it's definitely not Resonance.
It's not Resonance.
And Matt's
going to resonate with you.
He's going to hate that we said it wrong. But
yeah,
the London Distillery Company and the brand of their whiskey, which shows how well researched we are. But Somerton Club, which I'm no longer a member of, and I might join again in the future, but I think I've explained that before. They did an Adnams release, and the Adnams release was a 10-year-old, and it was one of the best whiskies I'd had of that year. And this is another 75% Adnams, and it's when Adnams really get it right, 25% London Distillery Company whiskey. Amazing blending job by Matt. And I think I tried this first at Somerton Festival of the year, bought a bottle, bought another bottle, shared it with friends. And for me, that is an incredible whiskey, which I've paid anything from £40 to £50 for. And it's just beautiful.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I remember having it at the time, just before you took over the tasting, started pouring your own stuff.
It's just all the best of sort of, bourbon cask stuff for me. Now, next one is an SWS bottle. So this was a commemorative bottle, which is a Glen Grant. I paid for a bottle and I might have got a bottle of free.
Yeah.
And so I've got 2 bottles of this.
I love a fuck up.
2 bottles of this 21-year-old stuff. And it's a great reminder, got it in the glass here, of when everyone's like, oh, get Klein Leach because it's waxy. It's not that waxy anymore. This is really waxy.
Yeah.
Really waxy, loads of orchard fruits, loads of honey, quite malty, just absolutely delicious. And where sort of, super clingy to the glass, where 21-year-old whiskey can really sort of shine through. And that's at 48%, which again is a very drinkable ABV. What else stood out to me in the year? I'll pick a couple. One of the SWS ones, I don't know if you can still get it, you probably can't, but it was Isle of Ambulance, and it was an Arran. And that was the moment when
so good.
That was the moment when I realised that blind, I can't really tell the difference between a peated Arran and, say, like a local barley. Don't get me wrong, there is a difference, but it's not as much as you think.
It's in the same ballpark.
It's so close in the same ballpark. So if you're crying over your cornflakes because you couldn't get a bottle of local barley or whatever, and you can get a bourbon, a first fill bourbon or from SWS of something like a peated Arran, you probably won't notice the difference, except that you can't post on social media to impress people you've got a bottle of local. Now I have got a bottle of local barley anyway, so I could do both. I do both. Yeah. But I hadn't really paid that much attention to the cask strength Arran bourbon stuff, I guess, before. I'd always been drinking the sort of 40 stuff, the core range, rather than the IB stuff. And that was an eye-opener for me.
I think I've only ever had one Aaron IB that I've bought, which is a boutique one. And it took me ages to drink. Not that there was anything wrong with it, just like the name doesn't excite me.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's what it is. If you don't get excited by something, you just don't really buy into it, which is another surprise. Speyburn 18. And that was a big thanks to Somerton Club. Speyburn 18 proving that you don't need to spend 90 plus 70, 80, 90 quid. You know, it's been available. They did it for 50 at the time or whatever, or 60 or something like that. But you can get it for sort of 65. And it's an incredible 46% whiskey. You sort of sherried, I think it's half bourbon, half sherry. And it's a really, really good example of a well-balanced Speyside whiskey that's 18 years old that people would overlook in terms of going for something like a Tamdhu or a Macallan or a Glendronach or whatever. And they're just going to ignore Speyburn, probably because it's got burn in the title. It doesn't burn. It should be Space Smooth, if anything. So that was another one. I would put that down. Don't get me wrong, nowhere near the best whiskey I had of the year. Just a very good whiskey, but just in terms of like standing out to me as a sort of moment. And then Wireworks. I always want to shout out Wireworks, bourbon, bourbon cask. I could pick several of them. I've been buying them at auction and enjoying them, but I just think Wireworks continue. It doesn't matter if people say, "Oh, it's good." It continues to be overlooked. I think it's one of the best lightly peated whiskies that exists in the whole of the UK, and I should buy more of it, to be honest. Really, but
I would buy me more of it. That's what I'm saying.
Their bourbon cask, yeah. And do you remember we tried that Bimberlivable Street? I made an honourable mention of that because that was outrageously good. I made a note of that. I made a note of Living Souls, the 18-year-old The Chig.
You know, it's your top whiskies, not every fucking whiskey.
No. I think my top whiskies are this Glen Grant, Ardnahove, Kinglassy. I'm going to say the Golden Union blend, and I'm going to put down Speyburn 18 as one of the cheapest 18-year-olds. I could list others, and I've tried loads of great ones, but I'm going to call that my 5 as the most interesting, poignant whiskey moments of the year, I think.
Yeah. Hit us up with what yours are in the comments. Press the bell as well to subscribe, and we'll come back to discuss and take it further, because it's actually good to see what non-fucking social media wankers are drinking out there, and people that aren't just like putting out there for people. So is there something we've missed? Is there some hidden bottle, hidden brand, hidden indie, something no one's covering? And let us know.
Yeah, almost certainly, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, I totally agree. You know, tell us what your most
what are we missing?
Yeah, something for sure, right?
Yeah.
I would also welcome any advice on my new whiskey attic setup. Yeah. I guess I'll post a couple of pictures online. If anyone wants to give me any input, you are welcome to.
I've got plans for it. Like, you need to just like...
It's mine, not yours, but you've got plans for it. Of course you have.
So my thoughts, I'm going to put out there now, lose a bit of the back wall.
I can't just get rid of wall.
No, you bell end. You've got a brick wall at the end.
Yeah.
Insulate that off. Make a false wall in front of that as well. You can put an aircon unit in there, run the pipe out probably somewhere so it would be soundproof, and you can just have a vent pushing in cold air.
So put a false wall in front of that wall.
Yeah.
Fuck, that sounds complicated.
Sounds complicated, but you can have silent air conditioning up there. So in the summer, you're going to be like,
that's actually not bad. That's not a bad shout.
And he won't hear it.
So move the shelf forwards, false wall, aircon behind it. All right, yeah. I think the whole room's pretty big. I think it's like 7.8 meters by whatever, so it's more than big enough to be able to do whatever's required. You know, we were, side note, over Christmas, wives, sisters, and their husbands, can say that now because they're all married. Someone went, how many countries have you been to? And I was like, oh shit, this is going to become a competition. I went, I don't know, 60-ish. They went, you haven't been to 60. So I actually tallied it up. Definitely over 50 countries. And they've done a lot of those ones where you're just there for a day, you know, like, you know, in between, or like tiny little islands, you know, like, and I was like, I've not been to any of those. So I felt like I sort of won that. But what I want to say is I no longer care about how many countries I visited. I couldn't be any more 20. What are the trendy kids called these days? Like Gen
Zs.
Is it? Or something? I don't know. whatever it is that's trendy, I would rather, I'm on a mission to watch every single influencer's YouTube reaction to Chad Smith on Drumeo doing the kill. I cannot get enough of it. I've listened to it. I will listen to every single reaction to him playing the kill. And I don't even really care. I just want to hear him playing it again.
Do you want me to make one for you?
Do you know what? I feel like we should do our own reaction to Chad Smith. I'll pretend I haven't seen it like 1,000 times.
I was going to say, it's a bit fucking lost on you.
Oh, my days. I think...
to be fair, if I filmed it, I'd sit there in silence and be like, this is shit. Just to make
it's not shit. Don't say that. Take that back. And then it got me thinking that we did our Pudding Island Drams so long ago. The person that I would want to pick me up would be Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
We'll have a revisit.
I think we should redo our Pudding Island Drams in 2026. So,
okay. Agree.
We should bring it back up to scratch and see if we still feel the same. Exactly. Yeah. So, other than having shit tons of decanters, we were planning a few new episodes. So, we're going to do a few. One about Ardbeg, the state of Ardbeg at the moment. A couple more. We are going to a Japanese whiskey bar next week. Smoking, yeah, for sure. Smoking. 100%. Now I've got a garden. I know you're going to be getting me to do slow smoke.
JJ Fox.
But yeah, JJ Fox. JJ Fox is going to be JJ Fox is going to be February now, but that will be coming up. So there'll be JJ Fox. There's going to be.
We'll share the link, I guess, for the cigar and whiskey tasting, because I don't know how much it'll cost, but if you're in the area, pop along.
Well, it's on them to organise it, because they've been they want us to do it, but they've been a little disorganised. Yeah. But it will happen, I'm sure. And there's a Cadenhead's whiskey tasting with food pairing next week we're going to in central London, one of the whiskey bars, the Malt Bar, I think it's called, one of the hotels. That'd be cool. Yeah, give us a shout if there's any topics you want us to cover. Otherwise, we will be planning and doing our own thing.
Yeah. You're probably going to see a lot more of just us two rather than as many guests in the next year, I would say.
Yeah. Back to one guest a month max, I reckon.
Editing's a pain in the arse. I'm busy, man.
Lazy. We're just lazy. That's what it is.
Yeah, shit to do. Yeah.
If you like
at the end?
Well, if you like the pod, you can give us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple, or any other pod platforms.
Buy me a coffee.
Yeah,
the link will be in
the
episode description, because we don't get paid for this. If we don't get paid for this, I sounded like Trump for a second. We don't get paid. We're not paying tariffs. Well, we are paying tariffs. It costs us a fucking.
We should do our own 3-hour. If you
want to buy us a dram, feel fucking free. Thanks.
3-hour Trump rant. Unbelievable.
I might actually get the impression down if I did a 3-hour one.
He said when he said China last, I listened to it today or yesterday. He didn't go China. He said China. Even he's losing. Even he doesn't have a grasp on Trumpisms anymore. That's how bad he's got. Can't even say China properly.
You can find us at www.honesttoamalt.com, where I'm sure we have got some super up-to-date vacuum stories and articles.
It'll get more up-to-date soon.
Yeah, you can find us on all social media at Honest to a Malt. You find Duncan at Whiskey Tip, me at Whiskey Wings. Just want to say thank you for listening, and we will catch you on the next one. Here's the 2026. Bye-bye-bye. Ba-dum.
Ba-dum.
Boom.